Hello, Digital Literacy Class Tier 1. Here is a quick tutorial on how to manage your message in Yahoo Mail. Whenever your instructor sends you an email and you have Yahoo, right, you go to your Yahoo inbox and you can see their uh, messages there. So I'm going to show you how to deal with what I send you. Okay, so that way you won't have too much trouble, especially all of the beginner students. So this is what you do. You open up uh, any of the browsers, right? I'm going to use Edge here. Edge is an internet browser that's down here in the bottom of the screen in your taskbar. I'm going to click there. Once I click there, it opens up the Edge browser. It kind of looks like Google Chrome a little bit, right? Almost the same concept if you just kind of, become familiar with most browsers. You'll notice that they're kind of all the same. So if you have a Yahoo Mail, you want to go up to the address bar right up here and you type in Yahoo, right? Yahoo.com, and you tap enter on your keyboard. That way you get to Yahoo main page or the home page. Next, over here on the right side, you'll notice that you have the envelope that says mail right next to it. You click there. When you click, it's going to probably show you this. Okay. If you usually are using this browser, it will show you this over here where it says, oh, that's your email, right? And you need to click it so that you can sign in. Sometimes it might show you a little bit different too. Okay, so here I enter my password. So my password is Lakers rule over every team. Click on next, and there's my email. So what am I looking for in my email once I logged in? I'm making sure that I'm in my inbox. If you look here, it says inbox. Once you are in that inbox, you look for the sender. In this case, it's me, your instructor, Rafael. Right over here tells you that that's the sender. Over here in this section of Yahoo Mail, these are the subjects of every email. And then over here you have the time it was sent, right? So I'm going to open up the email that I sent, and I click in the subject area here, and I can click once. And when I click there, it shows me the message. The message shows you the other receivers of this email. In this case, myself 3 times. Right below it, it's the message. And the message says, here it says, I have attached class material in this email. It is right below in the pictures with an arrow icon in them. What are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about these squares or rectangles down here, which tell you that you have attachments to this message. That means those are files that you can work on your computer. So you can easily just go over to any of these, and you'll notice that they also have an arrow just like Gmail, but the arrow it's not in a little box. But if you hover right over them and click on that arrow, it will allow you to download one at a time, right? You can also download them all together in a folder, which is a little bit more technical, and we'll talk about that later on. But I'm just going to do one at a time because we're going to show you one thing at a time. Here, I'm going to click on the arrow. And when I click on that arrow, it brings it over to the bottom of the browser right over here. And if you notice, there's an open file link right over here. That means if you want to just view it and open it right away, you can by clicking there. I'm not going to click there because I like to go to the options first. Just like in Gmail, they had a little arrow, but they have a triple dots here, which means that there's also options, just like the arrow that Gmail had or Google Chrome had. So if I click on those options, then I can see the show in folder. You see that option? And that option, what it lets me do is to view what I just downloaded from the email attachment, right? Which is that file, and it's a PDF file. PDF is a file that you can read using Acrobat or other apps on your computer. But I'm going to go to this show in folder here. When I click on show in folder, it shows me where it is. See, it shows me that it's right here. So what I do is, again, I like to cut it out of that folder and organize it in a different folder. In this case, we're going to create a folder on the desktop, if you haven't done so already, and name it Digital Literacy Class. Okay, so here I go. So I can get this file that went into my downloads folder, right? Because that's where the files usually go from your email. And so I can right click on this file here, the one I just downloaded. It even tells you that it was downloaded today. You see that? Then I'm going to go down to cut. I'm going to cut it and move it somewhere else. Whenever you don't want it in that folder, for instance, this downloads folder, I can choose to cut it and put it in a different folder so it removes it from there. So I can copy it and leave it there and also put it in a different folder, which just makes a copy of it. But I'm going to cut it because I don't want it to be in my downloads folder. I'm going to choose this option here to cut it. And then I'm going to go over to my folders pane. And in my folders pane, you might see desktop twice. If you see desktop twice, don't worry about it. They're both the same folders. I'm going to click on desktop here. And then once I do that, remember, you're only clicking once on this side too. Whenever you see a folder on the left in the folders pane, only click once. Then it shows you, when I clicked on desktop, it shows you what's inside of your desktop or what's on your desktop. So you should have a digital literacy folder just like this, right? And you can double click it to open it. And once you open it, you can just click the paste button, which is over here. Right? If you don't see the paste button, that means you might be in a different tab. So make sure that you're in your home tab right up here. And then you'll see the paste button. And then you can click on the paste button and it puts it in there. You see that? It pastes it in there so that it's no longer in the downloads folder. And if you look over here, the downloads folder is here and it's also down here. So if I click on downloads folder, you'll notice that this guy here is not going to be there anymore. Watch this. See, it's not there anymore. It's gone. Now it says today only one. Okay, so that's how you get it into the folder that's on your desktop. If you don't have a folder on your desktop like this one here, let's go ahead. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to click delete, click yes, and it's going to delete it. Now, if I look around and I don't see a digital literacy folder in there, it's because I haven't created it. So in order for us to create a new folder on this desktop in this window that we still have open, right? We need to go to the new folder button up on the ribbon near the top of the window. And it's this yellow one. Remember, all yellow icons like this are folders. So I click on new folder. Then I do that. And you'll notice over here, it says new folder in the bottom of your window. Since it's already highlighted in blue and it says new folder, all I need to do is, I don't even need to click in there, just need to type whatever I want to call this folder. In this case, digital literacy. Just got to spell it right. And I can name it digital literacy class if I want, right? And then tap enter on my keyboard and you'll see that it's created now. See, so now you have a folder, a brand new folder, so that you can organize your files in. Double click digital literacy. When I double click digital literacy down here in the bottom, it opens up and you'll notice, since it's a new folder, it does not have anything in it. If it doesn't have anything in it, then what you want to do is start saving your files in there from this class, digital literacy, right? All right, so now that folder is in there. So then once you do that, you could have hit paste, right? And then the file that you downloaded, remember when I cut it, will also appear there. So I can show you again, but that's how you create a folder. But check this out. If I go back and download the next file, let's download this file over here, digital literacy PDF. Here's another one. It's a different one. So I'm going to click on the arrow again. When I do that, it brings it over to the bottom part of the Edge browser. And remember, I go over to the three dots, the options, go to show in folder, and it shows it to me in the downloads folder. Remember, downloads folder is where everything gets downloaded from your email. Then it should be the first one, which is this one. It's a syllabus. I can right click on it and I'm going to choose cut. Remember, because I want to remove it from the downloads folder. I don't want it to be in there. I click on cut down over here. Then I go over to my desktop where my digital literacy folder is, right? So I go to desktop over here in the folders pane right here. And I go over here, look for my digital literacy class folder that I just created a little while ago. I double click there and it's empty, right? Now the paste button is activated and I can click on paste and it will paste it inside of that digital literacy folder, right? And up here in the title bar, it also states that that's what I'm looking at. Okay, and there it is. So it's in there. Now, that's how you save attachments from your Yahoo email. Then another thing that's very important is this here. It says, I inserted this link for our class tonight. So what's a link? It's basically a text, or in this case, it's a hyperlink, a text that is kind of bluish like this, where when you hover over it, it shows you a hand with a finger. So when you see that, that means that you can click and it will take you somewhere else on the internet or to another part of the web page. So what you want to do here is you would probably just click to go to the class tonight, right? Because that's for the class tonight. This one over here, you can click on that one. If you click on that one, it says, I have also inserted this link for a video that you can watch. So this link here, see the hand comes out with the finger, right? So that means that it's going to take you somewhere else on the internet. In this case, it will take you to YouTube and you will watch a video. So if I click on it, you'll end up watching this video. You see that? And you can watch it, but if you want to go back to your mail after you watch it, of course, you can just go back to this tab up here in the top and your Yahoo Mail is up there. You see that? Okay, so links are important in a message, and make sure that you know about the links and how to use them. It's just basically clicking on them. And then to download the files, you click on the arrow. Okay, good luck, guys.